the strongest character killer in history versus the strongest video essay of today.
Here's the issue. Gege creates incredible character concepts. No incredible characters, just incredible character concepts. This hasn't always been an issue, it's almost entirely a post-Shibuya problem. Gege's recent writing has been following a trend to introduce as many characters as possible, get the reader interested in them, then immediately throw them away. JuJutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite shonen to date, and as a writer, Gege has made many decisions that placed him above his contemporaries. Up until Shibuya, which was where his character writing peaked. Unfortunately, things began to trend down immediately after. Heads up, I will be covering the manga, including some character death, so spoiler warning ahead. There are quite a few factors that go into writing compelling characters. Motivation, personality, backstory, and appearance, to name a few. In these areas, Gege still has it nailed down wonderfully. Where he fails the most is within their character arcs and potential. The ability to develop these characters in ways the reader is engaged with or use them to affect the plot. Gege likes to do these things that henceforth I will be calling arc finales. These are striking moments within the story that represent the conclusion or massive turning point in a character's development or arc. I'm you, throughout the heavens and the earth, destroy everything. This is pure love. These moments are incredibly impactful and stick with the reader even after they've read through, usually serving as one of the most memorable moments within the entirety of that story arc. Unfortunately, with his more recent writing, Gege has become generally more disinterested in these types of character moments. Rather than trying to develop a small set few characters, he continuously introduces them, who then get little to no development at all before being discarded by the plot. Now, I can't make a point without giving any real examples, so here are a few times where Gege comes up with fantastic character concepts but just fails to deliver with them. First, I want to set a standard. By far the best character to come out of the calling games, Higuruma. I want to point out here that a character doesn't need their own arc or development, as long as they are developing someone else. This is the role Aotodo serves for most of the story, but he is still engaging to watch and even has his own arc finale moment with We Are the Exception, which stands as a major turning point of Yuji's growth. Higuruma serves to highlight Yuji's guilt towards Sukuna's actions, how that weighs on his conscience, and the accountability he takes for his crimes. Through Higuruma, Yuji's selfless mindset of the purpose of his life is explored, his desire to save people, and how the brutal, senseless actions of Sukuna clash with his worth as a person. We get an excellent arc finale in the "Yeah, I did that" scene, which is used to highlight all those aforementioned motifs. Now that we've gotten the good out of the way, let's move on to the bad. The countless cases in which Gege makes wonderful character concepts then completely squanders them. Yuki Tsukumo is one of only 4 registered special grade sorcerers, and a former star plasma vessel. She holds the grandiose goal of erasing cursed spirits from the world, but whereas Kenjaku sets up nationwide barriers and life or death culling games, she travels the world and writes books. Alright. Still, with the sheer amount of build-up and mystery behind her, the reader can't help but be intrigued by the character. So what do we get from her? A few character interactions, mostly in the form of flashbacks, until her first confrontation in the series. Let's see how that goes. Whoa, cool curse technique, as usual from Gege. Bit of a setback, but she can recover. Okay, I didn't know she was built like that. Maybe there's hope. Oh. Last ditch effort. Is that a black hole? Oh. Is that it? She failed to deal any lasting damage. Her last ditch attack was completely ignored. Her arc finale is the Live On panel. We can see that she's the type of character without any development for themselves, but for others, specifically Choso. Let's see how Choso is doing. Still, when compared to the precedent set by other special grade sorcerers, Yuki's presence in the story is nearly non-existent. Sucks to see a character fumble this way. Hopefully, Gege won't do that again. In the calling game, there is only one way to get points. Death. You must kill other participants, many of which have awakened curse techniques or are immensely powerful reincarnated sorcerers from the past. A deadly system where only the strong survive. but the strongest, Hajime Kashimo, thrives. An incarnated sorcerer, there was not a single soul in his generation that could match up to him, the strongest of his era, much like Gojo or Sukuna. Holding a single-use curse technique so powerful it would kill him, his only desire was to face Sukuna in a battle to the death. I don't need to explain what makes this character so interesting, I just did. Gege's approach was to treat him like a checklist. Fight Sukuna, check. Curse technique reveal, check. Time to kill him. The payoff of Kashimo's entire character was covered in a staggeringly short 1.5 chapters. To say this is underwhelming is an understatement. It felt like a punch in the face. Hopefully, Gege won't do that. Hana Kurusu is introduced as the linchpin for Gojo's release from the prison realm. With the ability of technique extinguishment, she is established as a major plot device. The expectation is that she'll be more than that though, possibly even filling out the spot Nobara left in the main trio. Gege would surely do more than use this character as a plot device, right? Oop! Haha, would you look at that? And now, because of that frankly ridiculous mess up, she is incapable of fighting. But at least she's still able to unseal Gojo. Well, what's her role in the plot now? Oh, nothing? Well, alright. Hopefully, Gege won't do that again. Yorozu is an incarnated sorcerer from the Heian era of Japan. Triceratops by the Fujiwara and his main Daido is a nameless and her exact incarnated personality and appearance. She has no percentage from the vast capable of wielding swords, but she's immediately dispatched by Kage capable of without so much damage, even to special grade curses he cannot see. Hopefully, Gege won't do that again. Nobara Kugisaki did not need to die. Her status is unknown, but her exemption from the story has been on for so long, she might as well be dead. I think about her death a lot. In the moment, it was striking and impactful, but always felt unnecessary. Unlike other characters, her concept was not innately interesting. Her power was, but for the most part, she was an ordinary girl. Where her character came from was her interaction with others and her personality. She balanced out Yuji's optimism and selflessness with her pragmatism, and the way her personality came out and expressed itself was always such a joy to watch. Was it really worth it? Losing all of this for a subpar death? Yuji's resolve and will had already been shaken by Nanami's death, and we already had enough reason to hate Mahito. Nobara walked back into Shibuya for only one reason: to die. Add a little more fire to Yuji's burning torch, or crush his heart even further. It just doesn't feel worth it at all. Nanami's death was appropriate, touching, and necessary. Nobara's death was sudden, random, and anticlimactic. Please do not mistake the ability to kill your best characters in unsatisfying ways with good writing. What started off as a brilliantly thought out story has trended down in recent arcs. The Culling games introduced so many characters in quick succession, promising so much from them, then spoiling its own writing in the process. It's a damn shame. At least with the current events, things are looking slightly better. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I managed to hit that 200 subscriber before 2023 ends goal, so thank you all for that. If you'd like more content like this in the future, leave a comment and a like. I'll probably cover Gege's world building too at some point. Until then, have a great Christmas and a happy New Year.